evening, Longrich members and everyone watching our broadcast. It's been a while since we last saw you. Today, I am with Lerato. Lerato is a beauty specialist, a makeup artist with a special interest in skincare. She has been in the industry for more than 14 years.
Yes.
That's a very long time. Lerato, I'd like to welcome you this evening and please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here, to be sharing my knowledge with you guys. So yeah, let's do this.
All right, awesome. Okay, Lerato, the first question is, how did you get into the beauty industry?
As a young girl, I've always wanted to look beautiful. Although I didn't know at the time what is it that can actually elevate everything to the level, but I think it was passion amongst everything.
Wow. Okay, Lerato, in my introduction, I mentioned that, you are a beauty specialist with special interest in skincare. What is the difference between beauty and skincare?
Okay, skincare is actually taking care of your own skin, meaning from head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
And beauty is actually mostly what we look at as enhancement, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But self-care is what we actually call beauty.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, skincare will be looking at both men and women.
Of course.
Okay.
We're talking about skin, so we all have it.
And beauty will be all about how we groom ourselves,
Yes.
how we look, the lashes on flick, eyebrows on flick, and all of those things.
Yes.
Okay, Lerato, in your own definition, what is the difference between looking pretty and looking beautiful? Is there a difference, or is it the same thing?
I think the perception makes it to be different, but all in all, it's self-grooming. So we can differentiate that according to, like you explain, your lashes and everything, but the main thing is self-grooming.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, let's get into skin. What is the importance of skin?
Skin is actually very, very important because the first thing when we appear here, all you saw it was the skin. So it plays a very important role in a human being. Yes.
I mean, our whole body is covered by skin from head to toe.
True.
Why is it so important for us to look at this covering called the skin?
It is very important because it's actually what presents us. Because if I see Dr. Lesego, I'm not going to be seeing the hair or some bones or
The
something,
lungs,
the lungs and everything.
tissues.
I'm going to be seeing the skin. And that's what I'm saying. It's very much important, even if we can enhance it how. But the main thing is to see that beautiful skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So to someone, Lerato, who is sitting at home and they're thinking, can you take us a little bit into, the anatomy or the physiology of the skin? What is it made up of, and all sorts of things?
All right. Okay. When it comes to the skin anatomy, we actually talking about 3 layers that are the most important one, which is the hypodermis, the endodermis, and the dermis. Okay. This is how they differ. The epidermis is the one that we actually see that also have our skin tone and everything where we get injuries and all that. And then we get the second one, which is the dermis. That's where we find your glands, your tissues and all that. And then we get that hypo one. So the most important one that we actually mostly focus on is going to be the epi and the dermis.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. All right. So Lerato, different people obviously have different skin problems. Can you just take us through the different types of skin problems that are out there?
Okay. Firstly, because it also depends on the type of skins. Because we have different types of skin, and different type of skin have different types of problems.
Okay, what are those different types of skin?
So when it comes to different type of skin, we mostly have the oily skin, we have the combination, and the sensitive skin. The combination is the one that actually you will have your oily T-zone panel, where most of the people will say they are oily. It's only the T panel. And it will definitely differ from the oily skin. The oily skin is the one that is actually oily the full face.
Okay, so when
Yes.
you talk about the T panel, because I also have a combination of
Yes.
combination skin type. So you're talking about the forehead,
Yes.
and just going down the
The
nostril.
nose. Yes.
Okay.
That's why we call it a T panel, because
Okay.
it forms that T.
Okay.
Yes.
So usually one will be oily just on that T panel, but then the
Yes.
rest of the face will be dry.
Will be like, we call it normal.
Oh,
That's
will
why
be
we're saying it's
normal.
normal to combination.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then oily skin will be oily
Yes.
all round.
And how do we see the skins? The oily skin, mostly it has like, you see your orange peel, how does it look like? Like the pores are more open.
Of course.
You can see the pores by just standing in front of a person. They have very wide opened pores.
Pores.
That is why on a T panel, people with combination, you will see those characteristics only on a T panel. So the dry skin, you will see it has like rough patches, it's dry, it's flaky. So that's how they differ. So combination people, you don't have oily skin, you have combination. So they like to say they're very oily.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying
Yes.
that. All right. So we have got, so as we go into the, discussing the different types of skin problems, we have to take into consideration the different types of skin.
Yes.
So let's talk about, the skin problems for somebody with an oily skin.
Actually, I will say within the three skin types, the oily skin is actually the more that has more problems in terms
Okay.
of problematic skin and all that. Because it will be either too much oil, and then when there is too much oil, there will be those imperfections that will pop up, like your blackheads and all those things. So it also depends on how do you treat it and how do you actually take care of it. Then it will, sometimes it will have those blackheads or whatever. It depends on what are you using to actually treat it.
Okay,
Yes.
very interesting. And things like acne, breakouts, also part of oily skin, or?
It's part of oily skin and combination. Remember, we talk about that T panel because when we're talking about combination, we will be looking specifically on that T panel because
Okay.
that's where actually on a combination that will happen. You will get your pimples on the forehead. You won't get your pimples around your cheekbones and yeah.
Okay, so if someone has pimples around the face, then we could assume they have an oily skin. But if it's just on the forehead, then they might have a normal to combination skin type.
Okay, in terms of where the pimple will be situated, it's not really saying this is the oily
Okay,
or yes, no. Remember we talked about the oily skin having big open pores and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how we look at the skin.
Okay.
In order to differentiate between the three.
Okay.
So the pimples, sometimes it can be just the clock pore somewhere and then it will be allocated there. So not necessarily it will be saying this is the oily skin or this. But how I explained prior is that the oily skin, you will see it has big pores and all that, and then the combination, you will see those big pores on a T panel. Yes.
Okay, now I think, and I mean, just under general, when we look at skin problems, one would think about, things like pimples, like acne, things that we can see on the face.
Yes.
What about the rest of the body?
Okay, like when we were talking about skin, people think we're talking about the face. Skin, it actually makes the part of the body from head to toe. So what happens is all these things that can appear, it will depend on the skin type that you are. Let's say you have oily skin, but when we come to the type of skin, we actually be looking at the face. So mostly on the body, that's where you will have maybe dry because you cannot get oily or whatever because you don't have those
Okay.
big pores. It's not even exposed because your skin can actually change from combination to oily or from the other way around. So because of the body with around here, we actually, it's not too exposed. So that is why you won't have those pimples and whatever, but you can get your acne sometimes and then you'll get your rash. Yes.
Okay. Earlier on, we spoke about sensitive skin.
Yes.
For people with sensitive skin, I mean, it could be the face, it could be the body. What have we got to say about that?
Okay, sensitive skin, it can be caused by so many things. It can be caused by over exfoliating the face or even your body, because you can have actually sensitive, the whole body, it can be sensitive when it comes to skin. It can be like the hot showers that we use and say we just taking a chill in a bath. That can also cause a sensitive skin because it becomes dry. Sometimes it can be sensitive because it's dehydrated. So it can be many reasons because of medication that we're taking. It can be many reasons, but that's why each and every one has to look at the specifics of the skin that is sensitive. Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. And I think, talking about sensitive skin, I mean, we get a lot of people asking about, the little ones having or suffering from eczema. And I know in particularly, we have seen a lot of, infants who have benefited from some of the Longrich products. What are the basic causes of acne, of eczema?
Okay, since the skin is sensitive, the first thing when we're looking at the sensitive skin is whether the skin is dehydrated or the skin is actually dry. Okay, let me just clarify this. Most of the people will think their skin is sensitive because it's dehydrated. It's two different things. Because when the skin is dry, you can actually put a lotion and then it can be absorbed and then it's good. But when it's dehydrated, it's like a condition.
Okay.
So you need to treat it over a certain period. It's not like you can just put your cream and you have to go.
Okay.
Yes.
So just so that, me and the viewers are 100% sure that we understand this difference, because it's something that can confuse a lot of people.
Yes.
So there is a difference between dry skin
Yes.
and dehydrated skin.
Yes.
So from what you've just explained, dry skin can actually lead to dehydration.
Yes.
And with dehydrated skin, that's what you need to treat.
Yes.
So if you don't address dry skin, which can be caused by taking long hot showers
Yes.
or long baths, then your skin might end up being dehydrated.
Yes.
And when it's dehydrated, that's when you need to treat it.
it.
So if it's dry, you can just apply a moisturizer
and
or
then
cream.
it's good. And to add on that, each and every skin, whether it's oily, it can be dehydrated. Even if it's an oily skin, you will hear sometimes people who put on makeup, they'll say, no, my makeup doesn't last the whole day.
Okay.
Yes, it's because of dehydration. Your skin assumes that everything that you put in there is just that water that it needs. Then it will absorb. Yes.
Wow.
So back to your question about eczema, is the same thing. It's where the skin gets irritated and gets dry and dehydrated. So that is why for eczema, they recommend like heavy creams. Yes, in order to nourish.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, I really am enjoying this interview. I hope you too are. Okay, let's talk about, we have got different skin problems at different ages. Puberty.
Oh,
Teenagers with terrible skin issues. What are the typical symptoms of skin problems in puberty or in adolescent?
Of course, you'll get your outbreaks. You'll get your outbreaks, pimples, and then you'll get your blackheads, whiteheads. So that's the one that actually frustrates them a lot. So yes.
What are the common causes of the skin problems that they experience?
Remember, when one reaches puberty, there is hormonal changes. So there is the sex hormone that is actually introduced to the body. So it will either make your skin to secrete more sebum, where your skin is going to be oily, and then if it's not treated, it's going to have clog pores, then you'll have your blackheads or you have your pimple. That's how it works. The main thing when it comes to puberty is that sex hormone that is actually get introduced to the body. It actually like makes everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like they go through a lot of emotional changes.
Yes.
I mean, everything. If it's a boy, they get a different. They get like a different quality of voice. Girls start having, breasts and all of that. It's quite a frustrating period for
And another
human
thing
being.
is sometimes it's not even the outbreaks. It can be the itching body. The other one will have a smooth face that doesn't have any outbreaks at all, but have that itching body around your armpits, around your pubial area. Yes, that is because of that hormone, because there is something that is actually getting introduced to your body. Even that's why even the moods are becoming all over, because it's like you don't understand what's going on. So that also has an impact.
Lerato, at puberty, how in your opinion, how does having to go through this phase where a teenager experiences skin issues, how does it affect their confidence and their self-image?
Ooh, in a bad way, hey? In a bad way. That is why I always say it's better to start earlier. When they say prevention is better than cure, to introduce skincare and all those things on an earlier age, it doesn't really mean that now you're making a child to be somehow.
You're grooming them to be adults at
exactly.
at a very young age.
But you actually grooming them to take care of themselves, which is the good thing.
Okay.
So, and immediately when they started with that, because if you introduce such thing when
there are problems,
sometimes it takes longer because they're getting stressed. Remember, everything, as we know, stress does the whole thing in everybody's life.
Yeah, causes a lot of problems.
Exactly. So it's going to be the same thing with them. It's either you will see the product as if it's not working, because here again the stress level is up. So it's one of those to actually start earlier introducing this. Like, even if you can start as soon as maybe like 13, 14, because of course it depends on the age. Some they experience when they are 16, some they experience when they are 12, some they even experience when they are 10 years.
Yeah.
So rather introduce while it's choosing the right products for them.
Okay.
Then it's good.
I love that. You say one can start at the age of 13. We're going to go into products obviously a little bit later on, but what will be like a skin regime for a 13-year-old or even a 10-year-old?
The most important one is cleansing, washing your face, and moisturizing.
Okay.
That's the best tool that you can do.
Okay.
Yes.
Does sunlight green bar soap and Vaseline, do they really work, or is it just an old grandma's tale?
Okay. There's the reason in the aisles, in the stores, where you'll get a face soap and the body soap and the washing powder and everything. There's a reason for that.
Okay.
So, and I haven't seen Sunlight on the shelf where there is face soaps. Sunlight, it's one of those soaps that are not pH balanced. So I wouldn't recommend Sunlight to be used on our skin. And if you can, people who use Sunlight, they will attest to this. Sunlight actually dries out our skin because of the pH level. Comes to Vaseline. Vaseline, it's very thick. So obviously, if you are going through hormonal change and your body maybe secretes more sebum, it means you're going to be oily. So using Vaseline on an oily skin, it won't be a good idea, because that's where actually you're going to be getting those outbreaks. Wow. It's going to be clogged pores, etc. So I wouldn't advise Vaseline as well as Sunlight. So unless you're going to have the product that you will be using maybe in between in terms of Vaseline to exfoliate your skin, so which is a routine again.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we have people who say, but I've been using Sunlight and it seems to be working, and Vaseline. Does it really work, or is it just a matter of luck?
Okay. That's why they always saying the power of mind. But the thing is, these people, they do see when the skin turns dry. And it's like, oh, okay, my skin, I just take a bath and then I just immediately put my lotion. Your skin doesn't have to do that. Remember, your skin, our bodies have natural oils. So when you're using Sunlight, you're actually taking off that natural oil. That is why you immediately have to put something on immediately. So that's not a healthy skin. Okay. Yes, it does work because you come up with a plan of putting a moisturizer immediately. But later during the day, you will experience that dryness.
Okay.
Yes, it really, honestly, it's not working.
Okay.
Yes, it's not.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, from a young age, we should start, introducing, a proper cleanser and a proper moisturizer, just so that we can prevent problems later on. I mean, we know that with pimples later on, in early adulthood, then one would have to deal with dark spots. One would have to deal with, the scars and marks left by pimples.
True.
And it's quite an expensive exercise to go through in terms of the products that one would need to take care of all of that.
And the time. And the time as well.
Okay.
Yes, as
All
they say,
right.
time is money. So you're gonna
Yeah.
be wasting money and recover the time you wasted
Yeah.
using those products that didn't work for that quite some time.
Okay. I just saw somebody has asked, what's the difference between acne and pimples?
Okay. Okay, it starts with pimples. I don't know who said to people they must pinch out the pimples. I just still looking for that person. So it starts there with the pimples, and people will actually pinch them out. When you actually pinch them out, you irritating the skin. That's why you'll have those black marks.
Okay.
So that's where it started. So acne actually is the skin that has been irritated. It's either by shaving for men, and then for us it's either by pinching out the pimples. So that's how acne and pimple it only develops after the pores are being clogged.
Okay.
Yes, and then it's like as the skin has to rejuvenate itself at some point, so it tries to push out the dirt, but now because the pores are clogged, so it doesn't actually get a chance to get out. So that is why you will need something that will actually open that pores to pop that thing
What
out.
would that thing be?
All right.
Besides squishing it with your own hands.
Please don't squeeze anything on your face. And isn't it painful to squeeze that?
Oh, well, they say it gives some kind of relief.
Oh no. Okay. We have what I like about products of Longrich is natural products that actually goes hand in hand with whatever problems that we have.
If you have a pimple,
this is what we use, the bamboo
okay,
trees, the bamboo soap.
Yeah, we'll go more into details
Yes.
as we talk about the products from Longrich. Actually, that's what we are discussing next.
Yes.
So here we have got an individual with pimples, right?
Yes.
Could be a teenager, could be, someone who's already an adult, early or late adulthood.
Yes.
What kind of products do we recommend for such individuals, considering their skin regime, what you have recommended, cleansing and moisturizing?
Okay, the main thing is when you have pimples, you need to exfoliate.
Okay.
So,
Can you exfoliate? Can you explain what exfoliating means?
okay, exfoliating means it's like rubbing out the dead cell so that they can actually open the pores. Remember, when the cell is dead, it actually stays there. And then it closes whatever that needs to breathe out or to go out. So when you're rubbing that off, it means your pores is going to be open. So whatever dead that's supposed to be out, even those dead cells, remember on the epidermis, we have the cells that have to rejuvenate every 24 hours. So those skin has to be, if they are clogged there, so that's where the problem starts.
Okay.
So when we exfoliate, we actually taking
Getting rid
out
of-
the unwanted dirt.
So what's the
cells.
difference between scrubbing and exfoliating?
Actually, it's more of the same. I think it's just the word. Scrubbing,
Yeah.
it's where you actually, okay, when you exfoliate, it's like you massaging it.
Okay.
You're massaging your skin.
Okay.
And then when you now scrub, if you find the product that they saying these are scrubbing products, they actually will have maybe granules or something like
Yes.
that will actually kind of irritate the skin. That is why you don't have to do it too much.
Okay.
Yes.
So too much scrubbing. Okay.
It can be a
Yeah.
problem.
I think many of us are quite good with giving our bodies, some exfoliation, like using the sponge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The nice part about the sponge is because it's soft. if you've seen the exfoliating sponge, it's very soft. It's not rough because as you put it, you're doing it every day, it can irritate the skin. So that is why it's a bit softer.
Okay. What about the lemon bag, the orange bag?
That is a bit rough. That is a bit rough. You will feel it when you actually put in your lotion that, oh my God, it's like I've scrubbed a lot.
Okay,
Yes.
so to take care of the pimple, the first thing that you need to do is to use the bamboo soap, because what the bamboo soap does is it helps to exfoliate the skin, and what you have described as exfoliation is helping the skin to remove the dead cells from the epidermis.
Yes.
Okay.
And the nice
awesome.
thing about the bamboo soap is because you don't even have to use a mask, because most of the exfoliators, they have harsh contents in it where you should have also to put the moisture, because you actually, when you open those pores, you can lose moisture as well.
Okay.
So like even scrub, mostly in the scrub, because they have those granules. So this is the nice thing about the bamboo tree.
Bamboo, yeah.
Yes, it has that calming also effect on the
Wow.
skin, and then it also helps to bring back the moisture of the skin.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so it's an exfoliator and it's also a cleanser.
Yes.
So it's a two-in-one.
It's a 2-in-1.
Awesome.
Yes.
So what is next after using a cleanser plus exfoliator?
Okay, sorry again. Before, when you're talking about 2-in-1, to buy the cleansers that are 2-in-1. Yes, I understand it's to save money, but that it will be saying you actually scrubbing your face daily, because if you check those products, they have granules inside. So it
Okay.
means now you're scrubbing your face every day,
And of course.
which is actually going to cause irritation to your skin.
Uh-huh.
Yes, which can make it sensitive, whether it's oily or whether it's just a combination.
So one should not scrub their skin daily because it takes away the moisture.
No,
Okay.
it mustn't.
All
Thank you.
right. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the bamboo soap. As you know, a part of what you mentioned as you were taking me through, the benefits of the bamboo soap was that it moisturizes the skin at the same time while it cleanses the dirt away.
Yes. Remember, the skin, it has its own moisture, own oils, etc. But because of how do we clean our skin, meaning by maybe either taking a long bath or maybe taking long shower, etc., we kind of losing that. So the nice part about the bamboo soap is it actually put back that moisture.
Wow.
Yes, it exfoliates, but still put back the moisture.
Wow.
So this is a good 2-in-1.
Okay. Okay. I'm so happy to hear that we have the best 2-in-1. What will be the next step? We're trying to take care of a pimple.
Yes.
All right. We don't want to squeeze it. What will be the next product to use?
Okay, the next product to use, it will be the moisturizer.
Okay.
Yes. Depending also, the moisturizers, it can be a moisturizing lotion, it can be a cream, it can be a milk. So it will depend on the type of skin that you have. So obviously when you're oily, you will prefer something a bit lighter that will quickly be absorbed by your skin, etc. So the next step, it will be a moisturizer.
Okay. I just want us. So from Longrich, we have got the SOD cream, which most of us know as, or we trust as our moisturizers. We actually have 3. They're all SOD creams. So we have the old one. It's
All right.
still I love it. And then we have the SOD milk.
Okay.
Now you mentioned something about using something that has got milk, or that is
Depending on the
quickly
skin
absorb.
type.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what is milk?
Okay, milk is actually something that is milky. If you check milk how it is, it's a bit watery, but it's a bit thick when you compare milk with water. Let me put it that way. I
Okay.
think that will make sense.
So something milky.
Yes.
In simple terms.
Yes.
Okay, so if you have an oily skin, Larato recommends that you use the SOD with sheep placenta extract.
That is milky. Yes.
That is milky.
Yes.
Okay, that's for an oily skin care, or rather an oily skin. Rejuvenating body lotion. Who must use this SOD cream or this rejuvenating body lotion?
Okay, this one, it can be people who have dehydrated skin, people with mature skin, people with dry skin.
Okay.
Reason being, it's a lotion, it's a bit thicker than this one, and then yet again, it has collagen. Remember, when our skin gets mature, they actually lose collagen, so it actually helps to plump up the collagen. Yes.
Okay.
And then even it helps with hydration, because mature skin
Okay.
also gets too dehydrated, even the sensitive skin. So even if you are oily, and then you want to, remember we said dehydration is a treatment.
Of course.
So you can
Yeah.
use this as a treatment for a certain time. Then after that, you go back to your milky one.
Okay, that's awesome. Rejuvenating, you mentioned something about the collagen.
Yes.
That this one helps because we lose collagen over time.
Yes.
It hydrates and it softens, which is something that I really like about this lotion. I have found my skin to be much more softer.
Yes.
You know what do they say? As soft as a baby's thumb.
Yes.
So, you know, if one is looking for that kind of skin quality, then they can go for this lotion. And when I look at it, it's body lotion. But we're talking about this lotion for skincare.
Yes. Remember when we're talking about skin, it's from head to toe.
You keep on reminding me about
Yes.
that. So when I look at Longrich products, you know, what I gather in particular is that you can use this product for the whole body.
Definitely.
Okay. But
Definitely.
if you want to save, of course, you can use it for the for the face only.
You can also, but why are you taking care of the face only? Use it for the whole body. You can use it for the whole body.
You should use it for the
You
full
should
body.
use it for the whole body, because you wouldn't want your face be plumped up and all that, and then you have like ashy legs and all that.
I think, you know, the assumption is no one can see what's underneath their clothes, you know, which could possibly explain why we easily take care or neglect rather, you know, our body and rather take care of our face.
But the other thing that we don't see when we say, okay, nobody sees underneath the clothes and everything, is when the skin is dry, it screams out loud. Because I'll be standing here scratching my body if it wasn't for this. I'll be standing here
Okay.
scratching my body thinking that, okay, this material that I'm wearing today is kind of somehow sensitive to my skin or something.
Okay.
Because that is because of the skin that actually needs hydration, needs rejuvenation and all that.
Okay. So all those
Even though
people-
somebody who doesn't see you, but that scratching is because of your skin needing moisture, needing hydration, and yes.
Wow. Okay. So people who are constantly scratching their skin know where to go. All right.
This is the way.
So, Lerato, 2 products that you recommend for somebody that's, you know, struggling with pimples. What about those with acne?
Those with acne, remember, like I explained, it also it will always
It's a
depend
progression,
on,
yeah.
on the skin, because you can still get acne when you have combination. Yes. So, like I said, the oily one will always use the milky
Okay.
one, and then the combination and your dry one, this one will work.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. A new product that has been introduced, it's the Longrich Snake Oil Serum, which moisturizes, nourishes, and repairs.
I love it.
You have all things good to say about this product.
Yes.
Please tell our viewers why they should have, you know, this product as part of their skincare regimen.
Okay, as we all know that function of a serum is to actually to trap the moisture. So this can be used prior your moisturizer or after your moisturizer. Prior, it will help the moisture that your body already has to be trapped. Even if you're gonna put a moisturizer on top, and then it will be absorbed by the skin, or when we walk outside it will melt away and all that, but at least the moisture that your body has is going to be trapped via the snake oil. But if you put it on top, you're actually forming a barrier, which is even more recommended, because you form that barrier that when the skin, this side, is busy absorbing the moisturizer, even if it can absorb all of it, this barrier that has been formed, whatever environmental conditions and everything cannot pass through to actually be absorbed by the skin. Wow. So that's how it works.
Wow. Yes. I want to be very careful to think about the serum as a sunscreen. Because we do know that a sunscreen will obviously protect the skin against harsh,
yes,
conditions, against the effects of the sun and all of that. Would you recommend a sunscreen, even in the presence of the snake oil?
Most definitely. Sunscreen is a must-have.
Okay.
It's a must-have. Like I was explaining it, you either put it before and you put your moisturizer, there's always going to be a sunscreen. Actually, the sunscreen is actually the last cover of your skin. So if you're going to put this in front of the moisturizer, that means your sunscreen is going to always be there after your moisturizer. So sunscreen is a must-have. It's a must-have.
Wow.
This actually just helps your skin to actually maintain the moisture so that it cannot be dry. Yes.
Okay. I think one thing that I would like to also, not to necessarily clarify, but I usually hear people confuse moisture and oily skin.
Okay.
To an extent that, if the skin is moisturized, then it might be oily. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, you are very right. Okay. Oily skin people, sometimes, it's even combination. Sometimes when they are sweaty, they think they are oily.
Okay.
Yes. Because it's two different things. Your skin can be oily, your skin can be sweaty.
Okay.
Yes. So what happens is when your skin is not nourished, whether you are oily, it will still show those patches of dryness, or if it's dehydrated or whatever. The only thing that your skin will have extra is that oil, the natural oil. But remember, the oil doesn't nourishes the skin. Mm-hmm. The oil, the excess of oil on your skin doesn't nourish the skin.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what people actually, even the sweatiness and the being oily, it confuses people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's totally different things.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, Lerato, I often get asked, what is the difference between the bamboo soap and the white tea soap?
Okay. This, like I explained, this is an exfoliator.
Mm-hmm.
This is like medicated soap. Medicated soap is actually takes out the toxins. So this one, even if because it's a natural product, even if you have a dehydrated skin, you can use this. So when you don't have to exfoliate, or you don't have pimples, this is what you can use. Okay. This is what you can use. Not to say you cannot use this one. Remember, even if you have a smooth, clear face, you need to exfoliate to take out the dead skin. Sometimes you cannot see it with a naked eye, but you can still use it. That is why I'm saying, if maybe, let's say for this week you've used this twice or thrice, this you can use it on a daily basis. This you can actually use it for your body as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it on the body.
Yes.
Okay, so you can use the white tea soap as an everyday soap, and then you can use the bamboo soap if you want to exfoliate your skin.
Yes. This, even if you use it every day, it doesn't have a negative impact on your face. But like I was explaining, that we have different types of skin. So it will also help, because like I'm saying, this is a medicated, and then this is also a natural product. The nice part about natural product is they also inhibit what do you call some sweat glands, some different type of glands, in order to secrete over.
To over secrete, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I have really learned so much today.
Thank
I
you.
really have. Lerato, the next thing is, or the question that I'd like to ask, how long so if it's somebody that's, had long-standing skin problems and they start using the products today, could be that they had pimples or, they still have acne. How long can one expect these products to work?
To be quite honest, if it's been 25 years of having pimples,
Let's say 5.
Yes.
Of trying different types of products.
Yes. We can't expect the product to work within a month. That's why they always recommend continuous use.
Okay.
And remember, this thing of hopping into products, it also irritates the skin. So also age difference, it will also contribute, because when we're getting older, of course, some other things delays.
Of course.
Yes. So I wouldn't say it will immediately work, but it also depends on a lot of things. Your diet as well, your lifestyle in general.
Yeah.
Yes, it will also help. But if you're taking care of your lifestyle, so clearly it will show on your skin.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. But I do know that, some people will see a difference within the first 3 weeks, and which has been quite great. One other thing that I'd like to mention about the bamboo soap is, particularly with people who have got natural body odor, that can be quite interesting. The skin has, natural bacteria and can also contribute to that odor. What I have seen, or the feedback from such individuals, is the charcoal soap or the bamboo soap has helped to get rid of that odor. So something to consider when talking about the body, not just about the face.
True. Because remember I said the body will over-secrete something. So this actually will help. It will either over-secrete the sweat glands or the odor, or remember it takes out everything. So sometimes it's what you've been eating, because it also comes out in sort of odors or anything. It can be a pimple or whatever.
Some people will have acha and the armpits will
exactly
scream.
So it does help with it. True.
It does help with it.
Yes.
Lerato, we're about to close talking about the the skincare products for the face. Something very, very interesting: the toothpaste.
All right. Yes.
Why do we see Longrich members walking around, with not walking around, but we see photos of ladies, using the toothpaste as a mask?
All right.
What is a mask? Please tell our viewers what a mask is. We spoke about a scrub, an exfoliator, and other things.
Okay, we also have different type of masks. We have a rejuvenating mask, which I don't think if you're using this product that I've mentioned, you'll be needing that, because we have rejuvenating lotion, we have rejuvenating soap, so you won't need that. So we have rejuvenating one, we have the hydrating one, which our soap has hydrating contents. So it depends on what kind of a mask you're using. So as they use the toothpaste as the mask, it does work, but it works mostly on oily skin, because it actually dries out too much of oil, and then even sweat glands. It actually reduces the sweat glands to actually secrete more sweat. It does help with that.
Wow.
And then it also helps with imperfections, because you can even use this under your armpit. It actually helps to actually remove the dark. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Remember what does it does? It dries out, and then it works like a peel off. So it actually takes out the dead skin, which is the dark part that we see. Yes.
I must say, this multiple use, or this multiple product use, is really fascinating to me. I mean, I did tell you I'm that girl. If it's a body lotion, it's a body lotion. If it's a toothpaste, it's a toothpaste. But very interesting to hear that one can use it as a mask and it can get rid of, the dark. I mean, those, I mean, that color, the discoloration, it's something that we've had since, since we started using, deodorant,
Yes.
from puberty. And it can be quite embarrassing to walk around with those dark armpits, especially now that, it's hot. We wear, sleeveless and, showing our armpits. But I'm quite excited to hear that one can actually use this product to get rid of that discoloration.
Yes.
Wow. So
And
when would you apply it?
I will, you know what happens there? Every night, the skin rejuvenates, actually
Yes.
around 2 and 4
AM.
a.m.
Oh my word.
The skin rejuvenates. So if you actually took out, because this works as a mask, so when you put it at night before you sleep and then you take it out before you go to sleep, you don't go and sleep with it, please. It actually opened the pores. So when the rejuvenation times arrive, so it's easy to take out that dead cell. That is why I said if you want to really see this, you can in the morning, don't use, just tap your face with water and then take your face cloth and you will see that dead skin on your face cloth.
It must be a white face cloth. Or it can be any color.
As long as it can show it, but the white one will actually show more.
Wow.
So yes, it does.
So this, you apply it under your armpits after you've taken a shower at night?
Yes.
Or a bath. For how long?
Until it dries out.
Okay.
Until it dries out. So you can take it like 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then you wipe it off. You don't
Okay.
have to rub it off because it also have that granules. It will irritate the skin. You can just dump your face cloth.
Dump in your face cloth.
Yes,
Or use
and
wet
then-
wipes.
Oh, wet wipes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My goodness. I have learned something today. So like you're saying, the toothpaste, those who are using the toothpaste as a mask, it's for skin imperfections. It helps with, removing
The dead skin.
the dead skin
And the pimples.
and the pimples.
Yes. Instead
How?
of pinching them out.
So
Rather-
so when you have a pimple, you just apply the toothpaste?
Yes. What it does to the pimple, it actually dries it out.
Yes.
So it will make it if it's a gray patch.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
used grey pair. Yeah.
Yes, it actually does
Suck
that,
it
and then you
out.
will just take it. It will be easy because it will be now dried out.
My goodness.
So that's how it works. But yet again, I will only recommend this for mostly oily skin.
Yes.
But for dry, okay, for our combination, yes, of course, you will have your imperfections around here. So you can actually use it.
Wow.
Yes.
Lerato, I have enjoyed this session. While talking about armpits, you pulled out the deodorant, the antiperspirant.
Yes.
Why do you love the Longrich deodorant, especially for the armpits?
Oh, I love everything about this deodorant. Number one, as you've already treated your darker armpits, so this keep it to that level. It doesn't make them darker.
Darker again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And number two is that thing that actually holds the sweat, that you don't get sweaty and have marks and all that. That
For
is so
men in
embarrassing.
particular.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So it helps. And even for because you get some people who are very sensitive underarms because of what we use when we shave
Harsh
and
blow,
all
yeah.
that. This is perfect. You can actually apply this immediately after shaving.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what I love about it is that it does not leave like white residue. So
No.
one can wear, their black t-shirts or, a black vest without having to worry about,
The white residues.
Wow. Okay. Lerato, this has been exceptional. Just as we're about to close off, people often ask about stretch marks. It's quite a sensitive topic, especially for ladies.
True.
And part of the reason why we're talking about this is, not many of us will easily talk about stretch marks. It's an imperfection and we can hide it
Yes.
under our clothes. What causes stretch marks?
Okay, stretch marks it's actually caused by skin elasticity and the dryness of the skin. Remember, it's either when you're gaining weight, like when you're gaining weight and losing weight, gaining weight, your skin tend to get stretched out, and then when it's stretched out, it gets stretched out to a level where it actually sort of like busting out. So the stretch marks is actually the busting of the skin.
Okay.
It's because it has been stretched to the level where it becomes even dry. Because when you even if you hold your hand like this and do this, it will
for too long.
It will be dry. So stretch marks actually starts from the skin that is actually dry.
Okay.
And get stretched out to the level.
Okay.
So yes.
So obviously weight gain is one of the causes of stretch
Yes.
marks. And I mean, we do know when ladies fall pregnant, stretch marks are kind of expected. If
Yes.
you're not taking care of your skin.
True.
So skin loses elasticity, and if it's dry, you can be rest assured that one will get stretch marks.
Sometimes it's not even weight gain. Because when the skin is dry, remember when the skin is dry, we're talking about people who will be scratching at their body. So when it's dry like this, when you scratch it, you actually irritating the skin. So up until to the level.
Where it
So
starts.
yes, you will find people who are very skinny, but they have stretch marks. It's because of the skin that is dry. That's what I'm saying. It's very, very important to get the good moisturizer
Moisturizer.
for your skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And it's not only women who have stretch marks, by the way.
No.
Men also have stretch marks.
Yes.
And they can appear anywhere on the body.
True.
You know. Let's talk about a product that you would recommend for stretch marks.
Okay. My favorite one.
Okay.
My favorite one. The rejuvenating and the oil.
Okay.
Remember, we need that moisture to be sealed. This is the one.
So you would use the rejuvenating body lotion
Yes.
first.
Yes.
And then you will
You
use
use
the
your oil.
the oil, the serum. I call it the
The-
treatment serum.
Yes. The nice part about the serum, actually, it can, in continuous use, it actually can eliminate the stretch marks.
Okay.
Yes.
Over time,
Over time.
not after 2 days.
No, not after 2 days. Remember, it took time to be there.
Of course.
Yes,
Of course.
it can, because it also helps with the scars.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Wow.
So even the stretch marks is not that deep, so it means it can actually help to remove it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me quickly, what are the signs that, the stretch marks are fading away? I mean, some are dark, some are much, much lighter. And I do know that there is a way of treating, different types of stretch marks. But how do you know? How does one tell that this product is working?
Okay, like you explained that they are different. The darker one, obviously, it will lighten. Then you know that, okay, when the pigmentation of the stretch marks starts to lighten
Change.
up, then you know that, okay, I'm on the good product.
Okay.
Yes. If it's those one that we actually, the people, they normally call it the silver stripe, because they are not dark.
Yes, that's the
because
light-
they're the
yeah.
lighter one.
Yeah.
So you will see, when you look at the silver stripe, it will have the edges. You will see when the edges fades away.
Ah.
Yes, you check at you can even check with the length. If it's like this long, you're checking from the length. If that length reduces, it means the product does work. Okay. Even the number, if you were having all around maybe a waistline, you will see maybe around here, it will fade away and all. Then you know that the product, it does
Okay,
work.
so in using the products, I start noticing that the products does work. When do I stop?
Why do you stop when the product is working?
So I have to continue using the product.
Of course. Of course, you need to continue using the product, because it's like I've eaten a full bowl of food, and the next thing, because I'm full now, I'm not going to eat for 5 days. This is like that. This is food
Okay.
for our skin.
For the skin.
So as much as we have food that we put for our stomach and to build anything in our body, that's what we need to build our skin to be smooth and everything that we all see.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the food that the body needs every day.
Okay.
Yes.
So just in summary, there are different causes of stretch marks, but basically stretch marks are caused by
Dry skin.
the dry skin, and also when the body stretches. And it does not necessarily mean that if you gain weight, you will have stretch marks.
No.
It depends on the elasticity of your skin and how dry it is. And that's why we have I don't want to say fat people, but people that are a little bit plump don't have stretch marks.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So you can also be skinny and have stretch marks. If you want to prevent stretch marks, and something which I recommend for teenagers, if one is at a risk of stretch marks, then, rather use products to prevent stretch marks. If you already have stretch marks, use the Longrich rejuvenating body lotion with snake collagen.
Yes.
I want you to go into that in a bit. Snake collagen and cereal extract.
Yes.
Please tell us what these two does do to in getting rid of the stretch marks.
Okay, the snake collagen, it actually forms a barrier. That it actually, the collagen will be plumped up, and then the snake collagen, the function of the snake collagen, it actually will form the barrier, so that whatever that can come cannot actually disturb the moisture that is already being filled on the skin. So that's what it works. And then the cereal extract, it actually takes out the dead cells, because if they are there, that when you'll see your skin have patches and all, so it helps with that to take off the dead cells as well. Yes, and your skin still looks smooth. It mustn't stick there and then it stays there and then you see ashy legs or ashy elbows, etc.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Lerato, on that note, I would like to thank you so much for making time to come and share your knowledge with our viewers. I really, really enjoyed this interview, and I'm hoping that we can bring you back again, maybe for a live session when we talk about, skincare products, about makeup, all things pretty and beautiful. And remember, skin does not equate beauty.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Self-grooming.
It's all about self-grooming,
beauty.
and we can start, it's actually better to start early by preventing problems. It's quite expensive to treat an existing issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So prevention is better than cure.
I like saying it's cheaper than cure.
Yes.
Lerato, just in closing, what would you say to someone at home who says, I really have skin issues, I want to look after my skin, not just the face but the body? What would you say to them?
Get a good body wash or a body soap or a face soap and a good moisturizer. In that manner, you have won.
Wow, the battle is won.
Yes.
On that note, I thank you all for watching. Thank you so much for all your comments and your questions. We will surely get to answer them. I hope you have enjoyed this show as much as I did. Thank you once again, Lerato.
Thank
and
you.
to you all at home, good night and God bless.
Thank you.